Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest and welcome to June 11th, 2024. This is another ASX daily rundown video. Just recorded a standalone video on Big River Industries. So look out for that video in the next few days. And to be honest with you, I actually prefer doing these videos than these standalone videos. I realized that today because I was really looking forward to doing this particular daily rundown video because the market has struggled today. Everything is down. In fact, I do have a few gold companies in my portfolio, and I was just wondering how much they would fall because there's a fair bit of weakness in the gold sector end of last week. And one of my companies was down 10%, West African Resources. And I'm just thinking the market is overreacting a little bit. I'm a little bit surprised the Australian market is down a fair bit today, even though it wouldn't be that surprising if today was Monday, because the American markets were up overnight. So this is lingering from a bad day on the American markets last Friday. Seems like a year ago. Maybe that's me getting old. So the same agenda for today's video, like every other daily rundown video. I'll look at one tweet, which is actually a really interesting tweet. Then we'll have a look at the ASX today, including the best and worst performing sectors, indices, and also companies. Also do have a top 5 announcements of the day. But I have not had a look at any announcements that have been released since I have got the announcements up here. The last announcement I looked at was a company called RLF Agtech at 9:33. I am a little bit busy, but every single announcement after that, I have not had a look at. So there could be a few interesting announcements. So I might go through these. In fact, I just see here, Bigtincan doing another equity raising. I'm not sure shareholders of that company would be excited. So I'm just looking for words like operations update from Farm Pride or anything like that. And I'm not seeing anything of interest there. But I'll go quickly through. Current Energy released an announcement. I'll go through to see if any of these companies' share price has rallied today. And then I might finish with a few charts. Looking at a few companies that did release an announcement today, but they did not talk about them, I might include those companies in the chart session, particularly a few whose charts are looking really interesting right now, and they released an intriguing announcement today. Okay, so let's get stuck into it. First thing I want to do is look at this tweet. This is a tweet from Mike Zaccardi, CFA, financial accountant, CFA. Probably accountant, something to do with accounting, corporate finance accounting, corporate CFA. Is this it? Chartered financial analyst? I don't know. So he's a CFA and CMT, certified man teacher. I don't know. Anyway, this is, I think, about not necessarily about timing. This sort of tweet could be used by those who say, don't be concerned when the market is at all-time highs. In fact, some of those people, in fact, I would be one of those people, would say, now is a great time to invest because all-time highs lead to more all-time highs, and when we have seen a bit of a correction, who knows, that could be the start of a big bear market. Who knows? So what he's saying here is, and maybe this is good proof, investing at all-time highs is safer than investing during drawdowns. It sounds counterintuitive. It doesn't sound right. But this is data looking at a 35-year period, average cumulative S&P 500 total returns, invest on any day versus invest at a new high. Now, 3 months, invest on any day, perform better. But once you expand over time, significant better performance if you invest at a new high. 48.1% versus 40.2% over a 3-year period. So this is something to think about, methinks. And right now, we are at all-time highs when it comes to the S&P 500. I think we are. Wouldn't be surprised if we're not, or very close to the all-time high. Okay. So that's enough around tweets. That's enough around corporate travel management. That's my old video. Let's have a look at the ASX today. By the way, it's still about an hour left of trading. Time is currently 3:15 p.m. And I do want to get this video over and done because I've got work to do. I've got to do some gardening. I want to do some gardening before light goes away That's another sign I'm getting a little bit older, that I'm doing gardening. Anyway, okay, so can we define today as nasty? I think that's probably being over dramatic. Let's have a look at some of the sectors and indices. There is one sector up, discretionary, up 0.15%. That's interesting. I'm not sure why people are liking discretionary, but there's one sector up down big. In fact, probably could say three sectors are down big by over 1.3%. Materials down 2.6%, real estate down almost 2%, and utilities down 1.87%. I would consider utilities to be defensive, so I'm not sure what's happening there. And the only three sectors not down by more than 1%. Staples, I could sort of understand if Staples was up a little bit and discretionary down a fair bit. And IT only down 0.28%. So IT has had a pretty good day. Now onto the indices, not surprising, gold down 5.6%. Why is gold down a lot? So let's have a look. I can use TradingView on my same computer, yet I still get that message that it's being used by two different computers or something. Doesn't make sense. It's because I'm using different, what I don't know what you call them, different settings. When I record a video, I use a different setting than when I don't. And then I get that message popping up. I know. Gold. Let's have a look at gold. Oh, it's down a little bit. So gold had a really big down day last Friday. And it was down, what was it, 3.45%. Doesn't sound a lot, but when gold goes down, because of you'll see that gold companies go down by significant more than that for some reason. There is a reason behind it, but I just can't think of it right now. I'm not the smartest person today. Gold was up yesterday and down a little bit today, so it hasn't broken through a support level. Now, if you look at some individual companies' charts, let's have a look at West African, and notice that gold is right now at probably the same levels it was back at the start of May. So let's have a look to see whether the market is being a little bit too pessimistic when it comes to individual companies. So, yeah. And we probably can't say that for West African. Share price is actually higher now than it was at the start of May. So let's have a look at Northern Star. So even though West African is down 9% today, it's still a little bit higher than it was the last time gold was at this level. But Northern Star, so back at the start of May, there it is. The Northern Star share price was about $14.50. Now it's $13.82. So you can buy Northern Star a little bit at a cheaper price than back then. This probably suggests that there is a little bit of negative sentiment, pessimistic sentiment, negative sentiment or pessimistic. I can't speak today. Negative sentiment or pessimism in gold right now. A few other gold companies. What about, I was going to say Perseus, but that would be fairly similar than West African. Why not Capricorn Metals? Let's have a look at Capricorn Metals. I thought Capricorn was CMM. No, it is. Oh, God, I should just give up. It was there on the list, second on the list, and I just didn't see it. And Capricorn Metals maybe not the best because for some reason this company is not liked by the market right now. What about Newmont? What's the ticker for Newmont? I thought Newmont was, why don't I just go to my gold watch list? Gold Road Resources. That's probably the same level. Perseus, let's go all the way down. Newmont is NEM, and Newmont is at a similar level than the 1st of May, which makes sense. And what else? De Grey. I'm not going to look at De Grey because, yeah, the share price actually in the downtrend for that company. And what else? What about Silver Lake or Red? Yeah, let's have a look at Red. What's the share price of Red? 5. And the share price right now is almost the same level as it was at the start of May. So that actually makes sense, this particular chart. So anyway, I was thinking maybe the market is being a little bit overreacting or overreactory today, or because I saw some of the gold companies down by 10%. So St. Barbara down 7.2%, Resolute down 8.6%, Regis down 7.8%, Ramelius down 7.8%. What's the West African down 9%? What's NML? Navarre Minerals down 9.5%. So big down day for gold. Bellevue down 5.5%. So negative day for gold on the markets. Okay, so not surprising to see that. If we just expand the indices, you might be able to see one sector up. There it is, consumer discretionary up 0.2%. I'm hoping we do have a list of companies. Yes, we do. So let's see why consumer discretionary is up. Wesfarmers is up. Premium Investments is up. Flight Centre is up. Breville Group is up. And some of the other companies that are down a little bit aren't down by all that much. JB Hi-Fi down a little bit. Harvey Norman flat. Webjet flat. Levisa up. So some of these companies I do own. I'm just surprised why there is a little bit of strength in consumer discretionary. It actually doesn't make sense when you think about it holistically. When you bring everything together, it doesn't make sense why consumer discretionary is stronger today. It just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, maybe I'm completely wrong and not seeing something. Maybe I've missed something. Anyway, so let's go through. Actually, last thing I'll do is I'll have a look at the ASX 20. So it's down 1.13%. I'm assuming maybe 2 companies are up out of 20. So 2 up, 18 down. Yeah, 1 up, 19 down. So not far off. And the only company up, probably already know this, Wesfarmers. Yeah, Wesfarmers is the only company that has risen today. And other than Wesfarmers, WiseTech, Woolworths, and Woodside, all W's. So the 4 best performing companies in the ASX 20 all start with W. There you go. You don't see that much. And is there any other company? There's Westpac. I just don't understand. There's 5 companies in the ASX 20 whose names start with W. 20%. You would think that W is a fairly popular word or letter. It's not. And the worst performing company in the ASX 20 is iron ore companies. So iron ore must have had a bad day as well. Fortescue, Rio Tinto, BHP, all down by a fair bit. Okay, let's have a look at the top 5 announcements of the day. I did have, actually, before we do that, let's go have a look at all the announcements that were released after I went away and did stuff. So the first one was Constellation Technologies, contract with Compass Group. Share price up 50%, but it went from 0.2 cents to 0.3 cents. Don't care about that. Australian Vintage, trading update, and capital structure initiatives. Oh, they're not trading now, so I'm not even going to look at that because they're not trading. Netlinks, half-year report and results. A small company, 11.6 million, and doesn't look like this company's trading either. 0.3 cents. Moving on to the next one. What other companies, what other announcements that might be of interest here? Karoon Energy, Who Dat East Well Drilling Update. Who named this project? Who Dat? And Karoon is flat. There was a nice little rally on open. So initially the market did like this announcement. So this drilling update from Karoon. I might have a look at the chart of Karoon if we do have time towards the end of the video. Bigtincan, corporate update and equity raising. I don't think I am going to open up this announcement. I don't think shareholders will like this. This is an interesting story because Bigtincan, there was a takeover bid for this company a few years ago, I think, and at a significant premium to the share price. And the company said, no, this particular takeover bid is undervaluing the worth of this company. And then not long after that, they did a capital raising at a significant discount to that takeover level price, which I think was maybe $1 or something like that. And the share price is significantly lower than right now than it was at that takeover bid. In fact, let's have a look at the chart for this company. I'll be able to tell you exactly when this happened. I still remember it. I thought, what's this company doing? Why are you doing that? And when was it? Was it here? Could have been there. I thought it was going to be more obvious. Anyway, the share price is a well-defined downtrend, isn't it? It could have been here. This looks, yeah, this is it. So there was a takeover bid off maybe the 2nd of December 2022. Share price went to 76 cents. And then the share price dropped immensely on the 9th of December, down 21.5%. That's because of capital raising. I think that was it. It does make sense because it wasn't that long after the takeover bid that they did the capital raising. They said it was significantly undervaluing the company. And the share price has significantly fallen since then, down to 14 cents. Possibly the share price has found a bottom at 14 cents, but let's have a look at this capital raising. If the capital raising, and this is horrible capital raising because share price is at all-time lows. You don't want to do capital raising when the share price is an all-time low. You want to do it when the share price is an all-time high. That's the time to do a capital raising. So this is a desperate capital raising by the company's management, and I don't have much time for the management of this company. So what do they say in the corporate update? Have received another takeover bid at 25 cents. If they accept this one after knocking back the other one, well, that's probably going to be a little bit mean. I was going to say they should be put up against a wall and shot. That's probably being a little bit too dramatic. Okay, so I don't know why they will be doing capital raising and then mention, well, they probably have to mention the takeover bid. Okay. Outlook, a revenue of $120 million, EBITDA $10 million, adjusted EBITDA $15 million, free cash flow in the second half financial year 24, $5 million. That does sound positive. To support equity raising to support the ongoing operating plan, they're doing a capital raising, 10 cents. So 1 for 3, capital raising at 10 cents. The share price will fall to about 10 cents. I'd say between 10, 11 cents. And yeah, why are they doing capital raising? And then announced also potential takeover. But this is weird. This is weird. Anyway, this is a really weird announcement from a Bigtincan. I suppose they're not trading yet. No. Really weird. So you could take part in this capital raising, get shares at 10 cents, and then this takeover bid goes through and you've got 150% profit on that. Yeah, okay. Very weird announcements from Bigtincan. But again, they had a chance to be taken over at a significantly higher price a few years ago. And again, I think the management should be put up against the wall and shot, unless it's new management, then it's really not their fault. And other than that, nothing else to see in these announcements since about 9:30 a.m. Okay, so let's talk about the top 5 announcements of the day. And then I will talk briefly about some of the announcements that did not quite make it. So let's go to number 5. It's an old favorite of mine, Atlas Pearls. Flat. Okay. Was as low as 10 cents today. They had an auction update. Kobe auction update. And as an ex-shareholder, I was like, oh, there could be an argument that Atlas Pearls is becoming more interesting. So this is an auction in June. The next auction won't be until October. So there is a period of time of 4 months where we don't get any information from Atlas Pearls about their auction, but they're still selling some pearls outside of these auctions. So auction update, realized sales of 73,000 pieces, an average price of $64.93 a piece, a little bit lower than the April auction. And they do mention the April auction, sales averaged $68.60. They mentioned in line with the results in April, but that is still a 7% drop in the price. Atlas Pearls chose not to accept bids on all stock at this auction, like the April auction, where the company stated that stock would be carried forward to the next scheduled auction in June in Kobe. However, the company was able to clear most of the stock not sold at April auction into other sales channels prior to the Kobe auction and realized higher prices than were offered at Kobe. That actually did interest me. They're able to sell their pearls in other channels at higher prices than the auction. So interesting auction from Kobe. I'm not sure if this company is back to looking interesting enough that I would take a position. So let's have a look at the chart. And hasn't been much reaction from the market. And the share price has moved into a bit of a downtrend. Now, if the share price falls below 10 cents and stays below 10 cents for a extended period, that would be a negative sign for this company moving forward. But again, I liken Atlas Pearls to a mining company. They're selling something and they have no control on how much they sell that product for. At times, there could be an over-exuberance for pearls. We saw that in China last year. That's why the share price of Atlas Pearls went on an absolute run. And those times will fade away. And there'll be periods of time when pearls aren't that wanted or aren't that attractive. And there'll be times when they are attractive. And right now, maybe one of those times where there's a bit of a lull in the pearl market. But otherwise, coming in number 5, we have Atlas Pearls. I thought the market might have reacted either way, but sort of like not sure. Market's not sure about this announcement. Coming in number 4, I do have a feeling. I totally forgot to look at the best performing and worst performing companies, by the way. In fact, I'm going to do that now because the company coming in number 4, RLF Agtech, I have a feeling is in this list. So completely forgot to do this. Top gainers, not this list. So top performing companies, low turnover. I'm looking for high turnover. Summit Metals, good turnover there. LTP Pharma or LTR Pharma, that's a company that released a good announcement. Was it last week? LTP. Summit Minerals. Let's see if this company released anything today. I can't remember, but just because I can't remember doesn't mean it didn't. 11th, yep. High grade niobium. Results from Ecuador. This is like the 7th time I've seen niobium in the last month. Seeing more and more announcements about niobium. And I have no idea niobium prices. I wonder if I was going to say, what's that economic page has it? I want a chart, NIM price chart. I'm looking for a chart just to see what's niobium prices doing right now. And I might struggle to find it. And this page is taking 5 years to open up. And there's no chart here. You have to sign into view. What about Shanghai Metals Market? And not much to see there. Let's have a look at the 1 year. Oh, you have to sign in. Oh, I'm giving up right now. Anyway, so it intrigued me because I'm seeing more and more of these niobium release announcements being released. And here's another one where the market has reacted positively to this announcement. So what's it called? Summit Minerals. So let's have a look at the chart for Summit Minerals. Because it's definitely not, is it dual listed, is it? Oh no, that's materials. Let's have a look at the chart. Chart looks really good, doesn't it? Really good increase in volume. Definitely a company to put on my watch list. Might already have it on my watch list. Have a look. No, it's not. There you go. So really good looking chart for Summit Minerals. The market really likes this company, and I'm not sure why. Isn't it? Let's have a look. Isn't this company a lithium explorer? So it's got niobium and lithium. Yeah. So not sure why the market, and rare earths, they're in everything, niobium, rare earths, lithium. So I suppose they are diversified. And what's the market? It's probably high, 17 million. Whoops, not that high, 19.9 million. Anyway, and anything else here? No. Let's look by market cap. Mercury, Bapcor, yes, so we'll talk about Bapcor later. Strike Energy, DARES, that's another discretionary. Drop Suite, share price is now $2.80 because they've done a share consolidation. Must have been a 10-for-1 share consolidation. And yeah, so we'll be talking about Bapcor later in the video. Not much to talk about in regards to that company, but share price has rallied higher today and on an announcement. And the top losers should see a lot of gold companies here. And there is the company coming in number 4, RLF Agtech, down 20.69%. We'll talk about that company in a second. And otherwise, can't see much here, although I am going through this pretty quickly. And by market cap, lots of gold companies here. Lots of gold companies. And Peninsula. We will talk about Peninsula as well. And I don't think there's going to be anything else here because they're all gold, silver, uranium, but gold. It's gold. It's a plethora of gold. Okay, so let's go back to the top announcements of the day, and we'll go to number 4, which is RLF Agtech, down 20.69%. I have a feeling this company is fairly small. I'm going to guess the market cap of this company, I'm going to say $10 million. Let's see how right I am. $10.55 million. That's just luck. I'm going to say that's luck. I have not ever had a look at this company. Is a plant nutrition and carbon technology company with a vision to empower farmers, nourish people, and restore the earth. Good luck with that. And I actually mean that. Good luck with you. Anyway, so it doesn't look like the market likes whatever they released today. Company and market guidance update. Yeah, this is the reason why I looked at this announcement, because it said market guidance update. And this was negative. Yes, I remember this one now just by the green stuff. So revenue now expected to be $9 million compared with previous market guidance of between 15 and 16. This is not a downgrade. This is, well, what's an ultra downgrade? This is a collapse in the business. So previous guidance was revenue to be between 15 and 16 million. Now it's $9 million. That's a massive difference. And financial year 23 reported revenue of 11.3 million. So they're expecting pretty good growth. Now they're looking at revenue going backwards. Management changes implemented, corporate cost reduction strategy initiated, and probably rightly so. And they're also doing a capital raising to raise to up to $1.1 million to be released imminently. Not a good market guidance from the company. Do they mention why? That's the most important thing. So the initial guidance was 11th of October, expecting revenue to increase between 30 and 40%. So shareholders would have saw that and went, oh, this is great growth. Now they're going, what's happened? So the assumptions, and this is why it's, I think, very beneficial for management of a company to be conservative in their forecasts, because things can happen that's outside of your control that you didn't even think about. And I really like conservative forecasts. Don't put in what you think is going to happen, because more than likely you're going to be wrong. Be on the conservative side. So think of what you think might happen and then go a little bit lower, because they made some assumptions here, and these assumptions haven't come to fruition. For example, the assumptions included an expected expansion in the number of sales staffs in China, thereby increasing its sales and distribution capacity, together with increased distribution into Southeast Asia, and the expectation that the company will recognise the initial funding from the Commonwealth Bank of Australia for its soil carbon pilot program. Don't forget the saying, to assume is to make an ass out of you and me. They've made assumptions and they were wrong. Be conservative in your assumptions. Be assertive in your guidance, in your expectations. And then if you're conservative, your expectations more than likely will be met. And the market loves, or even beaten, and the market loves when your expectations are lower than the realization. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to talk about with RLF. Now, the question is, was the market aware of this? Was the market wary about this company? RLF Agtech. Let's have a look at the chart. And yes, the market didn't like this company at all before this announcement. And in fact, the share price has rallied a little bit. Share price was down by even more. Could have been down by more, maybe 30% at one point today. But the share price in a well-defined downtrend. No interest in this company at all right now because of this chart and this negative announcement. So that's coming in number 4. We have RLF Agtech. Coming in at number 3 on the positive side, how to put a positive announcement in here, is Remsense. I'm pretty sure I talked about this company in the previous video. 7th of June, and it's really interesting. Share price up 13% today. I'm going to open up both of these announcements. Significant contract on the 7th of June, significant contract award on the 11th of June. Now, this is an exercise of seeing if you can notice the differences. So 150%, 150%. So this is from 7th of June. This is from 11th of June. So let's read it. Remsense Technologies is pleased to announce that it has received a purchase order from AGC Industries on behalf of Chevron to undertake virtual plant high-resolution photogrammetry scanning image processing of Chevron's Gorgon LNG Train 1 in Northwest Australia for contract value of $534,000, 195.33. I said that wrong. $534,195.33. Work is scheduled to commence in October this year. Okay, that's significant contract award. Further significant contract award. So they actually put the word further there. So let's have a read this. See if you can point out notice the difference. Remsense Technologies is pleased to announce it has received another purchase order. Oh, there's a word they used. Another. From AGC Industries on behalf of Chevron Australia to undertake virtual plant high-resolution photogrammetry scanning and image processing of Chevron's Wheatstone LNG train. Oh, it's a different name too. LNG train 2 for contract value of $534,195.33. Yes, I did notice the exact same number, but there were a few differences. The first difference I actually did see was first one was for train 1. The second one was for train 2. But notice on that reading that they have different names. First train is Gorgon, and the second train is Wheatstone, and they use the word another. So this is sort of like a verification of their first announcement. So intriguing group of announcements from Remsense. And the chart should look even better than it does last Friday. So let's have a look at the chart for Remsense Technologies. So good day, two good days in a row. Less volume today, but no selling. Nowhere near as much selling today as yesterday. In fact, instead of selling, there's been some buying today. So share price has actually risen. In fact, the share price right now is at the high of the day. So 2 good announcements from Remsense. And what's the markup of this company? 20 million? 4.6 million. Oh, way off this one. So you can just see there that I have no idea about this company. So this company is small, but 2 good announcements in a row. Possibly a company to put on your radar. So that's coming in number 3. We have Remsense. Coming in number 2, we have Peninsula. One uranium company that's not doing well. Down almost 10% today. And they did a capital raising. Now, I do have an issue with this capital raising. And this is the reason why this is coming number 2. Because I have an issue with this. I have a big issue. And it's just their wording. Okay, and it's in the highlight section. I'm very happy it's the first bit. So completion of retail entitlement offer and $106 million equity raising. I'm wondering if shareholders think this is going to be their last equity raising before they get into production, generate cash flow. They do have, I'm pretty sure they do sell uranium, but they buy the uranium and sell it, whatever that's called. Anyway, strong demand. I have an issue with the words strong demand. Well, the word strong demand. They could have used okay demand received or pitiful demand received. I don't understand the word strong here because here's the reason why. So this was a $39.8 million retail entitlement offer with a shortfall being picked up by someone, whoever it is. Being picked up by Shaw and Partners, maybe, something like that, and Canaccord. So if the retail investors say, we don't like this capital raising and we're not going to buy many shares in this capital raising, then the shortfall will be issued by the underwriters. Okay, so what am I getting at here? Applications received for approximately 17.1 million, not even half of the 39.8 million. So how can you consider that strong? Not even half of the 39.8 million was picked up by retail investors. That's pitiful. That's weak. Now, what you want to see is most of your shareholders want to partake in the capital raising, and in fact, more than enough want to partake in it, and then maybe say, if there's no limit on how much you can give Peninsula your money. So I'm not sure about this particular capital raising, but sometimes that has happened. There's a over exuberance of demand for shares, and they have to scale back. So I'm not sure if that would have happened with this because I haven't really looked at this particular capital raising, but this was a significant shortfall, less than half, only 17.1 million of 39.8 million. So the remaining 22.7 million shortfall was given, maybe not given, but was picked up by the underwriters. The underwriters are, well, I think I've already said it. Anyway, so not a fan of the wording. Maybe I'm being a little bit picky, but don't have to use the word strong. It was not strong, Peninsula. Anyway, this has been a massive disappointment. Just imagine you're very bullish on uranium, and you went, oh, I think I like Peninsula. So I'm going to put all my money into Peninsula. Just have a look at the chart for Peninsula, and let's compare it to some of the other uranium companies. By the way, uranium has had a bad day as well. I had a look at the uranium chart. Let's have a look at the uranium chart. Uranium down to $83.30, down 3.5%. So wouldn't be surprised to see many of uranium companies down big. So let's have a look at Peninsula Energy. Chart is horrible. It's a horrific chart. And when I say horrific, compared to other uranium companies. Let's have a look at Boss Energy. Boss Energy. It's down today by 5.8%, but it's understandable. Look at that. Paladin. Paladin is even better than Boss. In fact, I do have the uranium watch list, by the way, so I should just go to that. So this is some uranium companies. So a lot of these companies are down big today, but this is Paladin. Which would you prefer? This chart, Peninsula, or this chart, Paladin? So just imagine there might be one or two investors out there who put most of their money into Peninsula and they've just missed the uranium bull market because they just chose a wrong company. And that could be an argument for ETFs. I'm pretty sure there is an uranium ETF. What's the other? Deep Yellow, maybe? Deep Yellow not down by much. Yeah, even Deep Yellow. Bannerman, that's another one. Where's Bannerman? Up the top, nearby. Beautiful chart. Yeah, compare that to Peninsula. So Peninsula has just continued to disappoint the market and its shareholders. And I'm being a little bit picky by really complaining about the wording, but strong demand when less than half being picked up by retail investors, not so strong. Maybe their definition of strong is different than my definition. The next company, and coming in number one, the top announcement of the day is Bapcor. Probably doesn't really deserve to be number one because the company did nothing. So up 13%. Response to media speculation. Usually when you see announcement response to media speculation, it's in regards to a takeover bid. And this is absolutely correct for Bapcor. Not sure if I'd be happy about this takeover bid. It seems like a bit of a, what do you call it, when opportunistic takeover bid. So it's at $5.40. There's no reason this is going to go through. Share price of Bapcor is at $4.93. So there's a big difference between the share price and the takeover bid, which means more than likely the market's not convinced that this takeover bid will go through. So again, the company management did nothing. So share prices rallied on media speculation and a takeover bid. So let's have a look at the chart. Is this an opportunistic? So Bapcor has released or did release a negative announcement a few weeks ago. Share price pulled back. And I think this is an opportunistic. So this company, whoever's taking over or who's put this takeover bid in, Bain Capital, I'm pretty sure they saw this share price dip and went, "Ooh, now's a chance to buy Bapcor at a discount." We'll put in the takeover bid price at $5.40, which is just below the share price when they released the negative announcement. So yeah, I would not be happy if I was a shareholder because it's not much of it's a premium to now where the share price is now, but not much of a premium to where the share price has been in the past. In fact, have a look at the weekly chart. Share price of 540 or price of 540 is at historical levels. Just have the auto fit. Yeah, 540. It's not much of a premium. I'd be if I was management, I'd say no, get lost. But I do think there are structural problems ahead for Bapcor over the next few decades. But that's just me. So coming in number one, we have Bapcor. Congratulations if you're a shareholder and you bought shares in the past week or 2 weeks, because not so much congratulations if you've been a long-term shareholder of this company, particularly if you bought at higher prices than $5.40, even $5, because share price has struggled to get above $5 today. Okay. Now let's have a look at a few other companies that released announcements today. And we'll start with a company called Tower. Released a profit upgrade. Updates guidance. This was an upgrade. And I'm pretty sure this is an insurance company based in New Zealand. And the chart looks actually pretty good. This is a weekly chart, by the way. So let's have a look at the daily chart. Daily chart looks really good, doesn't it? Pretty good. The one thing I would be a little bit concerned about this company, it's an insurance company, and I had no idea what this company does, and I just guessed. In fact, I'm guessing they are insurance. I actually haven't verified they are insurance because I just mentioned here this was a profit upgrade. Yeah, it's a profit upgrade. This increase is due to continuation of positive trading conditions, including unseasonably benign weather. When you're relying on seasonally benign weather, that's actually not a good sign. And that's not a reason to buy because weather can be quite unpredictable. And if it's benign now, then it may not be benign for much longer. So that's not a reason. And they actually mentioned here, while there were 2 storms in New Zealand in May, both had relatively insignificant claims costs for tower. So that's why I thought they were insurance, because just the wording there. And the threshold for large events was not met. So it's not reason to be overly bullish when it comes to tower. But the chart looks actually pretty good for this company. Let's have a look at the weekly chart. Share price is at long-term highs. There you go. Is this company in my watch list? Yes, it's my financials. There you go. That's Tower. Alkane had a downgrade. Pretty sure this is a gold company, and I saw gold prices was down big. This was a downgrade, a pretty big downgrade, by the way. And I thought the share price would have fallen by more than 10%. In fact, at one point today, the share price was up. I'm not sure what's going on here, unless the market expected this downgrade. What do I mean by downgrade? Okay. Financial year 24 production guidance for Titomic is now 55,000 to 58,000 ounces. Previously, it was 60 to 65,000 ounces. And all-in sustaining costs, now 2,150 to 2,350. Previously, it was 1,750 to 2,100. This was a downgrade. Yet the market has reacted weirdly, and I'm pretty sure this is gold. It is gold. AU's gold. Isn't AU gold? Yeah. So why has the market not reacted to this? So I'm still thinking the market knew this was going to happen. That's the only explanation. So Alkane chart looks pretty ugly, actually. Yeah, the Alkane chart looks so no reason to get excited about that one. Alkane. What else? I want to finish this video within the next few minutes. So let's move on. Hillgrove. I do own this company, and they did release some sort of production update. 17% increase in May production. And they also mentioned that the revenue was greater than the costs. I'm pretty sure that's what they said. Revenue was greater than the costs. I'm just going to confirm that. Revenue greater than the costs. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Revenue will exceed. It is planned that May's revenue will exceed costs. There you go. So this company could be operating and free cash flow positive. They've just started production, so it's good to read that as a shareholder. That's Hillgrove. Swoop. I won't look at Swoop or Spartan Resources. I think it's Spartan Resources. Yep, Spartan Resources did release exceptional new thick high-grade intercepts, but the market hasn't really responded. Aurora 3D Labs, Aurora Labs, A3D, share price up 5%. Aurora Labs secures defense purchase order, developing a relationship with the Department of Defense in Australia. It was a fairly low order, but they just mentioned this is building a relationship with the Department of Defense. Now, this company's share price has been on a tear. So the market absolutely loves this company right now without any announcement. This was the first announcement the company has released since the company has been on a tear. A brilliant looking chart. I'd love to see a little bit of a pullback or the share price just go sideways for a little bit of time. So Aurora Labs is looking really interesting right now. AutoCell released something interesting today, but I don't think the market has reacted much. Up 2.8%. Chart doing nothing at all, so I'm not even going to look at the announcement because chart not doing anything for me at all. A company called Race Technology released something today. How's the share price reacted? Oh, on the flip side, this chart is starting to look really interesting. Race Oncology, up 4.5% today. The market cap of this company is 304 million. So let's have a little glance at this company's announcement, just to see if it's anything we like. US FDA orphan drug designation awarded to RC2220 bisantrene. I don't know anything about this company, don't know anything about their technology, but I just love to see US FDA Orphan Drug Designation awarded. That is a good sign moving forward for Race Oncology. So let's have a look at the About section. They should have an About section. If they don't, I'm going to speak to them directly. Here it is. Oh no, I don't want to go to their website. Let's go back down. Is an ASX-listed clinical stage biopharmaceutical company with a dedicated mission to be at the heart of cancer care. Lead asset bicentrine is a small molecular chemotherapeutic. Is advancing a reformulated bicentrine, RC220, to address the high unmet needs of patients across multiple oncology indications with a clinical focus on anthracycline combinations. Okay. Where we hope to deliver cardioprotection and enhanced anti-cancer activity in solid tumors. Just based off the chart, I'm going to do a little bit of research on Race Oncology because the chart looks really good. I'm liking this chart from this company. And then Titomic, TTT, easiest T code. Titomic, interesting day. A lot of volatility in the share price, down 7.7%. At one point today, share price almost got to 10 cents. So share price would have been up almost 10% at one point today. They actually did release an interesting announcement. And the chart, by the way, the chart looks interesting as well. I've been following the share price movement of this company over the past 3 weeks, just to see how long it takes to get above 10 cents. And I've been thinking of putting a sneaky bid in. Today might be the day. So they released... in regards, down 10% or 11% now. In fact, 8.1 cents sounds interesting, looks interesting. Okay. Woodside Energy to use Titomic D523 system. Now, based off the share price movement, down 11%, so it may not be all that positive, but this could be just negative market sentiment driving the share price down. Southern Cross Gold is merging with another company listed in Canada. Both merged with Mawson Gold and dual listing. Artria release announcement, 5-year strategic agreement with Cone Health. Not much reaction from the market. And Karoon did their announcement. Who dat? East well drilling update. Share price is flat. And I think that's all going to be it for today because the time is now 3:58 p.m. I have to go outside and do some gardening. So I hope you have a great day. Look out for that video on Big River Industries. I'm not sure when I release it. Also did another video, standalone video on Gratifi. So look out for that video within the next few days, or depending on when you watch this. If you watch this video on June the 15th, then I might have already released those videos. So look out for those videos, depending on when you are watching this particular update. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Don't forget, I am not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.